Hey folks, Gary here with Paramount. So you want to come to a level 2 course, but you don't want to come to a level 1 course first. All right, we got some things to talk about. All right, folks, so this is a video I've been meaning to make for a while. It's kind of twofold. Number one, I've been wanting to make this as kind of an auto response to an email that we regularly get. And that is, we get these emails probably once or twice a week from a client or potential client that says something like, hey, you know what? I wanted to sign up for this more advanced course, this level 2 or 3 course. But I also saw that you have prerequisite to come to a level 1 course, but I don't think I should have to come to that for, whatever reason. And some of it's in good faith. Some of it, they feel like that it's going to be a very basic course, which I promise you it's not. Or some people have real ego issues, right? They've done all this other training and they send us all these certificates with training from other people or other organizations that I really don't care about. Because here's the deal, folks. Number one, if you are a person that has an ego issue, all right, we need to fix that. Oops, sorry to interrupt the rant real quick. I just wanted to throw this in there. Not one single person has ever contacted us that basically was saying that they felt they were too good to come to a level 1 course that ended up coming to a level 1 course. Not a single one of them in the last 6 years ended up as a top gun of that level 1 course. I just figured I'd throw that in there. Just an observation of mine. Anyways, I'll let you get back to my rant. If you're going to come to training, you got to leave ego at the door. You need to be receptive. You need to be humble. That's how you should show up to training, period. If you want to get the most for your money and the most out of your time training with professionals. The other part of that, and the main part of that, is a safety issue, right? I don't care how good you are. I don't care who you've trained with. I don't care about all that stuff because I haven't seen you. And the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to throw you in dynamic situations where we're shooting on the move. I'm having you make decisions with a gun in your hands while you have students and other instructors around you. All right, that is gross negligence on my part. Any instructor that is throwing students into an advanced course where they could potentially hurt other students, they care more about money than they do about the safety of their clients and their instructors and employees. So, that's how I feel about that. And, again, I don't care how good of a shooter you are. I don't care how many people or whoever you've trained with, I haven't seen you. And I have an obligation to validate your ability to handle a gun safely in an environment with other people. And that's really what that's about. And I will tell you right now, going back to the idea that maybe, it might be a waste of your time. Every single course that we run, we push each person individually, right? Every person is going to receive a different experience because of the level of instructors that we have. We run our courses much differently. Every single one of our instructors are required to have a high level of operational experience. Most of them are special operations combat veterans. All of our instructors are required to have professional instructor experience. All right. This isn't going and paying a couple $100 and getting a certificates, after 4 hours of training saying you're an instructor. They're coming from the military and or law enforcement agencies where we're training tactical teams. That's what we do. That's the level of experience that I require of our instructors because, our instructors have trained thousands of people. They've gone to at least a 2-week instructor and development course. So the point is that you're going to receive a different experience than I think most people are used to. Anytime that you come to one of our courses, it's more like going to a course through a federal agency or through the military itself. I was a military instructor before I was a federal law enforcement instructor training tactical teams. So, and before that, I was a Green Beret training special operations teams for different countries overseas. So again, we have that background of operational experience with the instructor experience. And I think those are key because there's a lot of folks out there teaching a lot of different things that they have that they don't have experience in, right? When I see a lot of things that are being taught, I immediately know, like, man, if you had any experience whatsoever, you would call BS on that right away, because it doesn't make sense. It may sound good in theory, it may sound good in abstract, but it doesn't make sense in reality. And that's just not how the world works when it comes to defensive tactics, firearms, and actually deploying those firearms to, defend yourself or others. So that's just what it comes down to. So the point of this video, whether you're coming to train with us or somebody else, and you're spending good money on training, go into it with some humility, be receptive, leave ego at the door. Number two is we have these protocols and these prerequisites in place for the safety of you, us, and our other clients. That's what it's there for. It's not because we want to force you to come to a level 1 course and make some additional money off of you. That's not what it's about. We have lots and lots of clients that come to every single one of our level 1 courses. Fixing those basics, those fundamentals, is where it's at. And that's where the greatest gains are made. You've got to get those fundamentals down to a point to where you don't have to think about them, right? Because folks, high performance shooting is nothing more than basic fundamental tasks applied in succession under stress. That's what it is. That's one of the biggest problems with a lot of folks, is they're trying to get too advanced too quick. They haven't mastered the basics. It takes everything they've got to squeeze that trigger without offsetting that muzzle while they squeeze the trigger, much less go into a room, start making decisions on shoot, no shoot, all this other stuff. So folks, you got to get better at the basics. And that's why our clients that are some of the best shooters that you will ever meet come to every single one of our level 1 courses, because we push them individually, and the experience they have is completely different than the experience that a brand new shooter down the line is, because we're going to push them, we're going to get them faster, we're going to make them apply those fundamentals and really hone those in, so that when it does come time to more advanced stuff, those things are second nature. They don't have to think about that. They can solve the problem right there in front of them, as opposed to trying to figure out if they can squeeze the trigger or line up the sights. That's what it comes down to. So this video is making sure that you get the most out of training, the most out of your time, as well as understanding where we're coming from when it comes to safety and caring for our clients, right? We also have an alumni program, so that once you've taken a course, you can come back and retake that course at half price. And again, we have clients that take every single one of our level 1 courses, every single one of our level 2 courses, that have taken every single one of our courses multiple times. And I promise you, every single time they show up, they get a lot out of it. So again, when you come to a level 1 course, we're going to make sure that we're speaking the same language. By the time we get to the more dynamic stuff, everybody's operating on the same page, and we're all going to leave there safe and sound with the same amount of holes that we arrived with. And if you're a person that's considering us as a training source, look, we really appreciate that. And again, we want you to know where we're coming from, who we are, what we're about. Because there's a few things that I can guarantee you. Number one, when you come train with us, you're going to have a lot of fun. We have a good time out there training. This is meant to be fun, but it's going to be in a safe environment. You are going to be a better shooter when you leave there, and you will have a lot more confidence in your skills and ability, and that's what it's really all about. So make sure you go to ParamountTactical.com, check out our upcoming training schedule. We'd love to have you come out. We'd love to train with you. We'd love to meet you in person. Anything on our website or items that we've tested, we believe in, go get yourself a Dangerous Liberty t-shirt. But until next time, stay armed, stay ready, and we'll talk to you soon.
Coming, but